Hello guys, my name is Kim and it is finally time to do my 2016 comic book collection. It has literally been 2 years since I did my last complete collection video, or my only collection video really, and a lot of you have been asking to do an updated collection. So finally, dun 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 dun, I have time to sit down and go through my complete collection, so that will include all my graphic novels and all my single issues as well. But before we dive completely into the collection video, I just want to talk about one topic before we get started, and that is, what is a collection? Now this may seem like a really basic idea to some people, but I found that in my last video a lot of people were saying, or just spouting a lot of negativity, saying that I don't have a collection, or people that don't have a huge amount of rare issues and single issues don't have a comic book collection, and they can't call themselves comic book collectors. Now when it comes down to that, it's absolute bullshit. In my opinion, a collection is something that you have collected, that you love, that you like collecting. For me, comics are about collecting things that I want to continue reading in the future. They're not something that I can just put on a mantle and be like, I have these, you know, most amazing rare issues that I bought for $1, but in 20 years I'm gonna sell for like $300,000. Like that's not what it's about to me. None of the comics that I've bought are about resale for me. They are for some people, and if that's why you want to collect comics, that's completely fine. But that does not mean that you go to other people and you tell them they don't have a collection because they don't have a million rare copies of something. That is just stupid, and I wanted to get that out in the air because like 1%, like 99% of you are amazing, but there's just 1% of people that are so, I don't even know what the word is, it's with a stick up their bum that they just have to come in and say that crap. So I just wanted to put that out in the open and address that to you guys. So if anyone tells you that you don't have a comic book collection, even if it's 3 books, it's still a collection, so don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay, mini rant over, let's do the comic book collection for 2016.
Okay, so I've decided to do graphic novel stuff first. So we've got everything here, which I think last time I just sort of went through each one, which might make it a bit too long because there's so many single issues to go through as well. So what I might do is actually just quickly go through them just so you can see them a little better. So I thought we'd start on the DC side of things, mostly because, I mean, let's be honest here, about 90% of my comics are going to be DC. So we'll start with the Super Family at the back here. So I've got the Showcase Presents Superman and Supergirl Volume 1. I am wanting to collect all of these because they're just so good to read through the original stuff, and I highly recommend them. If anyone's seen them on special, absolutely get them. We've got All-Star Superman, which is my favourite Superman graphic novel, and next to that we've got Superman Birthright, which I'd say is probably my second favourite, and I recently did a review on that one. We've got Death of Superman, Superman Red Sun, Superman Secret Identity, and I've got 2 copies of that because DC Comics was so nice to send me a big hardcover version, which is awesome. Also next to that, in the purple, we've got Superman for All Seasons. Then we've got Superman Earth 1, so that's volume 1, 2, and 3. Superman Doomed, we've got Superman vs. Darkseid, so some of these are going to be a little random, but I've got a lot of Superman comics, obviously. I've got Superman Reign of Doomsday after that. Superman Strange Attractors. And we've got Superman Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow by Alan Moore. Superman Last Son of Krypton. Superman The Men of Tomorrow. And then we're going into Supergirl Volume 1, The Girl of Steel. And then we're going into the New 52. So I did also have Superman for Tomorrow, and it's mysteriously gone missing. I have no idea where it is, which is kind of freaking me out a little bit. So I'm gonna find that, and a lot of my Deadpool comics have gone missing too. So I tried to find them before this video, but I couldn't see where they were. So I may have lent it to someone and forgot about it. But I do have Superman for Tomorrow as well, which is a massive book. It's so thick, but I mean, it's way worth it. So I've got Superman Action Comics, so volume 1 and 2 there, and you guys know how I feel about Action Comics. I didn't continue after that. We've got Supergirl, what have I got? Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 there. And then I've got the normal Superman New 52, which was volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then we go into Batman. As you can see, this time I've got so much more Batman comics, which is really awesome because I'm loving reading Batman. The Black Mirror, which was the first one I bought recently. So that's first up. We've got Batman Death in the Family, obviously. Batman Hush. Batman the Killing Joke, which you would have seen I did a review of recently. We've got Batman Nightfall, so that's volume 1 of that one. Batman the Long Halloween. Then we've got Batgirl of Burnside. And some of the Batgirl New 52, so that's volume 1, 2, and 3. Also got a Harley Quinn New 52, so that's volume 1 and 2 of Harley Quinn. Then we've got Mad Love next to that there, and the Joker New 52, Death of the Family, which I'm not too keen on the New 52 Joker, but thank God that's over. So next to that, we've got Gotham Academy. Then we've got Dick Grayson Agents of Spiral. Which, yeah, okay. We've got Crisis on Infinite Earths after that, so we're done with the Batman for the moment. So moving into sort of Justice League stuff. So we've got Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'll zoom in a bit more because I think there we go, much better. So I've got Crisis on Infinite Earth, Justice League Volume 1, that's the New 52 volume, and then I've got some Flash as well. So I haven't read any pre-New 52 Flash comics. So I've got volume 1, 2, and 3 of the New 52, which I enjoyed so much. So I'm really looking forward to reading more Flash and more pre-52 Flash because I think I'm going to enjoy it. I've got Wonder Woman there. I have read other Wonder Woman ones, but that's the only ones that I currently own in terms of graphic novels. So I've got volume 1, 2, and 3 there. That's the New 52, which is really fantastic. That was probably one of the only series I really, really loved in the New 52. Wonder Woman was amazing. We've got Swamp Thing by Scott Snyder. I haven't read this one yet. I'm really excited because I got sent that one by DC, and it's by Snyder. So I'm really looking forward to reading that one. I think it's going to be very interesting. So thank you so much, DC, for sending that to me. I've also got a really cool, I thought I would include this. This is the graphic ink down there. So this is Frank Quitely, who was basically the artist on Superman All-Star Superman, which is my favorite Superman comic. So that is really awesome to have that. I got sent that by DC as well. So thank you so much. So that is all it for my DC stuff, besides for the things that I'm missing. So we're going to move into, I guess, like, independent comics now. I mean, they're not overly independent, but I guess they sort of are. So we've got Judge Dredd, pull out a little bit. Judge Dredd, which is awesome. I love Judge Dredd so much. I read a lot of his stuff online, so I have to pick up a little bit more of the case files. So I've got volume 1 there of the original case files. I've got Rat Queens Volume 1, which I haven't read yet. I can't believe I still haven't read that one, but I've heard so many good things about it, so I have to read that very, very soon. So we've got The Walking Dead, which I think is backwards at the moment. So that's volume 1 of The Walking... It's upside down. Oh my god, look at that. Great, Kim. Nice planning there. I've got Hacktivist next. This is by Alyssa Milano. I can't even believe... So, Phoebe from Charmed. I can't even believe she wrote this. This is just amazing. So of course I had to pick that one up. I've got Monstrous there, which a few people have suggested that to me. So I've got volume 1, which I picked up recently and have to read. I've got a Username Evie, which is, I still count as a graphic novel, but that's by a YouTuber called Joe Sugg, if you haven't heard of him. That is Thatcher Joe. So I still haven't read that one, and I got that ages ago. Wow, my tripod's breaking, sorry. So I decided to include that in because it is, I guess it is independent. We've got Watchmen, of course, and then my very abysmal, whatever the word is, Marvel collection, and which is basically Ultimate Spider-Man. I have a Halo comic there as well. I've got Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and these things were basically my life in learning the Marvel Universe when I was a little kid. So these are really, really old, but I have the Ultimate X-Men guide and the Spider-Man one as well. That really helped me pick up all the different villains. So if they're still around, I don't know if they are, I would highly suggest picking them up if you don't know much about the characters, because I find them really useful.
So out of the Marvel section, I'm actually missing about 4 Deadpool comics, as well as my Superman. They've just randomly gone missing. I have no idea where they are. I really don't know. So that was my graphic novel collection, guys. I really hope you enjoyed looking through those. I've done reviews on some of these, but I mean, if you're interested in any reviews on them, let me know in the comments. I've mostly just reviewed like New 52 stuff because that's the things that have been the most relevant, I guess, at this stage. But some of the older comics, if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on them, yeah, let me know and I can definitely look into doing reviews on those. So we're going to be going through my single issues now. So in this box, finally got my boxes out and ready to go. So for this box, I've got mostly all my independent issues and Marvel as well. DC has its own box, which I'll get around to going through that one. But I thought we'd go through this box first and see what we have. So I hope this lighting is okay. It's looking a bit dark, but we'll see how we go. So I've got Adventure Time issue number 1. I've got some Buffy. More Buffy. Captain America, all new, issue number 1. Steve Rogers, Captain America, that's Free Comic Book Day. I've got issue number 1 of Captain Marvel. I picked up issue number 2 as well. I've got one random Charmed issue. Civil War number 2. So this was, I'm pretty sure it was the Free Comic Book Day one. And this one was as well. So that's All New Different Avengers one. Got Cleopatra in Space. That was a Free Comic Book Day one. As well as Dark Circle Comics. Got Deadpool's Art of War. So that's issue number 1. Issue number 2. Issue number 3. And issue number 4 there. I've got a lot of really mini Deadpool ones, which I've done a lot of reviews on. So I guess we're in all the Deadpool stuff now. So this is Deadpool versus Carnage, issue number 1. Issue number 2. Issue number 3. And issue number 4. I really enjoyed this series because I am a big Carnage fan as well. So having the two of them together was perfect. And then this is probably one of my favorite Deadpool miniseries. Let me see if I can push it down a little bit. There we go. Which is Night of the Living Deadpool. I kind of liked it because it kind of felt different to the Marvel Universe, which was kind of cool. Like it was like in its own thing. So we've got issue number 1 there. Issue number 2. Issue number 3. And issue number 4. And they did do a sequel of this, which is Return of the Living Deadpool, which has issue number 1 here. Issue number 2, issue number 3, and issue number 4. So if you're looking for like a really short Deadpool series, I would definitely suggest picking this one up because if you like zombies and you like Deadpool, then this is perfect. Absolutely. I have Dredd Dust, which I've talked about recently. So that's issue number 1 and issue number 2. That's just a very short series, that one. Goldilocks, which was a Free Comic Book Day edition. Same with Lady Mechanica. And I have quite a bit of Miss Marvels. I did actually stop collecting them, I think, up to issue 14. So let me pan down a bit. There we go. So I've got issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, issue number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So I got up to issue number 14 with Miss Marvel. So after issue number 14 of Miss Marvel, I've got all the Paper Girls ones, which I am missing one issue, which you'll see. So I've got Paper Girls issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, not issue number 4, issue number 5, so I am missing issue number 4, issue number 6, 7, and issue number 8. So this was the most recent one that has come out, which I really suggest this series. It's really fun and very different from like all the normal comics like Marvel and DC and stuff like that. So Paper Girls is a little different, which is something I'm definitely continuing to read. So I highly suggest picking this one up. We have Predator vs. Judge Dredd vs. Aliens, issue number 1. I love this series. It's been so good so far. Robin Hood Legend. Secret Wars, and that's a free comic book day edition. We've got some She-Hulk, so that was, what have we got? Issue number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Random Simpsons comic. I have no idea why that's in there, but I have it. She-Wolf, which, if you've heard me talk about it, not very good. Spider-Man, which I wasn't really keen on. So I have issue number 1, 2, and 3, and I stopped reading after that because I wasn't really keen on the series. It just wasn't for me. So getting into Spider-Man, I have the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1. Amazing Spider-Man Who Am I issue number 1. We've got the Amazing Spider-Man Learning to Crawl, that's 1.1. Then we've got these really random, it was the Amazing Spider-Man like 700.1s. So that was 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and 0.5. So they were just really random issues that they were releasing for some reason. But I picked them up anyway because I quite enjoyed them. This is a very old Spider-Man comic that I think is literally from the 90s, so I just found it. I apparently have this. I've got Inhumanity, the Superior Spider-Man issue, so that's issue number 1 of that. I've got Ultimate Comics, that's issue 200. I've got the Ultimate Spider-Man, so this is a free comic book day edition, which I've got, for some reason, 2 copies of it. Someone's getting greedy. And then I've got Spider-Man Deadpool, so this is a series that I've talked about recently, that I have issue number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I don't think I went past 5, but I have been reading this online and I am enjoying it. So I may continue to pick this one up or just read it digitally, we'll see. So I've got Super Mutant Magic Academy, that was a free comic book day edition. Star Wars, which was a free preview. Tales of Honor, that was also a free preview. Got Thunderbolts issue number 20. I think that's Thunderbolts issue number 21 as well. Random Transformer free comic book day. Didn't even think that came in a comic book. And then we get on to Witches. So Witches was one that I was really interested in, mostly because I really like Scott Snyder. So I started to pick this one up and then I did get a little bored of it, unfortunately. So I only have issue 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got up to issue number 5. Yeah, that's right. So I got kind of bored. It was getting somewhere, but very slowly. So I decided not to pick it up anymore. I'm not sure if it got any better, but I did drop it. So I've got Venom, who is literally my favorite Marvel villain. I've got issue 5 of 5. I have no idea where the other ones are, but Venom is amazing. I love him. And then finally for the independent / Marvel ones, I've got Xena, issue number 1, number 2, number 3, and lastly issue number 4. Okay, time to go through DC. Now this is a much bigger pile, and obviously I've got way more DC comics than I do of anything ever. So starting with Batgirl, so all in alphabetical order because I'm a neat freak. So Batgirl issue number 1, that's the Rebirth issue. Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, Rebirth issue. Batman Rebirth. Batman Rebirth issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4. We've got Batman Little Gotham, issue number 2, issue number 3. Got Batman Superman issue number 1, issue number 2. Batwoman issue number 19, really random one. I have no idea why it's only issue 19. So Batwoman issue 19. I've got an older Birds of Prey. This is issue 103. This is from 2007, this one. And then I've got issue 104. Got the Convergence. So this is a 0 issue. I think this was a free comic book day one from memory. I've got Deathstroke Rebirth. Divergence free comic book day.
The Flash Rebirth, Green Arrow Rebirth, Harley Quinn issue 0, Harley Quinn issue 1, and I think that's, yeah, that's the new 52 one. Then we've got the 100-page spectacular Harley Quinn. And I've got the Harley Quinn Rebirth, and this is the variant edition. I've got Injustice, issue number 1. This is an older Justice League one, so this is issue 71 from, I think, 1993. Yeah, that's right. So this is issue 71, Justice League of America. I've got issue 72 of that one. Issue 73, Hawkman on the front. Issue 74. Got Justice League Rebirth. And issue number 1 of that. And issue number 2. And we've got Nightwing Rebirth. And issue number 1 of Nightwing. DC Rebirth. That's the massive one that they got the bind on the side. So it actually fits in my bag and ball, which is kind of cool. Red Hood and the Outlaws Rebirth. This is a free comic book day, issue number 1 of Suicide Squad. I actually have this whole volume anyway, so that one's, I guess, a bit pointless. Suicide Squad Rebirth. Adventures of Supergirl, issue number 1. You guys know I love this series. Issue number 2. Issue number 3. Issue number 4. Issue number 5. Issue number 6, and I'm not sure, was that the last one? It was, yeah, so I think it finished on issue number 6, which is a bit of a shame, but we are getting like a Rebirth Supergirl issue, so, well, a series, so I think they're probably stopping there so that they can get onto the Rebirth issues. So then we have Action Comics. This is from 2007, so this is 850. And then we have Nowadays Action Comics. So this is issue 957, so obviously jumping a few hundred ahead. 958. 959, 960, I think that's what we're up to 961, then 961. Okay, so as I said before, my camera is broken, so it's probably going to do the zoom in. Hello Darkness, my old friend, again, so I'm sorry if it does. So I've got Adventures of Superman. This is an older one from, I think, 89, so this is 457. Then I've got Superman Doomed, issue number 1. Got Last Son of Krypton, issue number 1. So this is the free comic book day, and I've got 2 of those. Then we go into Loaves Clark, so that's issue number 1. Issue number 2. Issue number 3. Issue number 4. Issue number 5. Issue number 6. And I think I went up to issue number 7. I think that is the last one. Yeah, so issue number 7. So they did stop this series, obviously, because with the Rebirth and Superman being put into our actual Superman world that we're in at the moment from the new 52, they had to, of course, stop Lois and Clark. So if you want to read more about these guys, they're basically the new Superman that you're reading at the moment. Oh, and we're zooming in. There we go. Lovely. So Lois and Clark is obviously finished, but this was a really good series, a really short series if you want to have a little bit of a prequel to what's happening with Superman at the moment in Action Comics and the normal Superman comics. So now we've got Lois Lane, issue number 1. I did do a review on this one quite a while ago. It wasn't that good, so obviously a one-shot is not going to be great. They are doing Superwoman at the moment, which is Lois Lane as, you know, Superwoman, superpowers, which is, it's interesting at the beginning. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we'll keep going through these ones. So I've got Superman, Supergirl, issue number 5. This is the Maelstrom, I don't know how to pronounce it, issue. So it was like a short series. We've got Superman, the Man of Steel, issue 39. This is from 1994, I think, this one. And we've got issue 42. Issue 43. And issue 44. And we go back into the new stuff. I've got DC Rebirth. This is the new Superman, which I'm finding quite interesting, actually. It's some people probably aren't liking it as much, but I actually kind of like it. I like that it's very different to actual Superman. So I've got issue number 1 there, and issue number 2. And then we go into our Superman Rebirth. So that's the Superman Rebirth. And we've got issue number 1, issue number 2,
issue number 3, and issue number 4 is the latest one, I believe, yeah. Next we have Superman Unchained, which is fantastic, and I did a review of this on the DC Fans channel. So if you're interested in watching me review this, go over to the DC Fans channel and you can search for that on their channel. So I've got issue number 1, issue number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I think they went up to issue 9. So this actually comes in a trade right now, so you don't have to bother buying all the single issues and such, because they are sometimes a bit difficult to find. So that's Superman Unchained. Then we have Superman Wonder Woman. So this is issue number 1. I did stop reading this after a while because I got a little bit bored of it. And I'm not a big fan of Superman and Wonder Woman as a couple. So that's issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, issue number 5, issue number 6, issue number 7, and issue number 8 was the last one I got up to. So next we have, so this is the Rebirth of Superwoman, which at the moment I'm on the fence about this. I do want to read about Lois Lane, obviously, but I'm not too sure about this comic, but I will continue to pick it up and see how it goes. So that is issue 1 is out at the moment. I've got Teen Titans Go issue 1, Titans Rebirth, and then Wonder Woman Rebirth. And that is, I think we've got issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. And that is the end of my DC Comics single issues. Okay, just kidding. I totally forgot that Superman American Alien was next to my desk. Obviously, this is a main comic for me, so I'm still reading like the final issues of this one. So I've got issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4. I am missing issue number 5, which was really annoying. I literally cannot find it anywhere. But I do have issue number 6 and issue number 7. That one is the last one. This is a really, really good comic. I still have to read this last issue. But so far it has been like one of the best new Supermans that I've been reading. So I think this will come out in a trade in a few months. So if you guys don't want to pick up the single issues, which are very difficult to, I would suggest picking up a trade, absolutely. So that's my complete comic book collection for 2016, what I have so far. I'm thinking about doing a yearly video on my collection. If you guys think this is a good idea, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my comic book collection video. Finally got around to doing it. I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.